So there have been a lot of things going on in the past few months. You would have seen I'm super inactive on this channel, but I'm trying to make a comeback now. And it starts with the reason why I've been inactive. So let me just show you the work we have been doing while there was no content going on this channel, what it means for the future of Codedamn and how things are looking up at my end. Hopefully, if you're somebody who's trying to build a business of their own, trying to start a product company, trying to do something in the world, this would be beneficial. The experiences I share would be beneficial to you. So let's take a look at what we are doing right now. So just to give you a quick background about Codedamn, Codedamn is a platform which you can use to learn programming online in a self-assisted way, right? So if you want to learn coding online where you are responsible for what pace you set for your learning journey, what things you want to learn, in what order you want to learn, this is a great platform because it comes fully packed with things like learning paths, coding labs, video courses, assessments, projects, and everything. Later in April, what we realized was something interesting. We have been running Codedamn as a team, as a company, as a startup based out of India for, I think, supposedly like 2.5 years now. And what we realized is that there is a lot of effort that needs to be done in the world still for promoting coding and promoting development. Now, one of the core principles of building Codedamn and this platform and this startup is that we are on a mission to help more people become better developers, right? So that is fundamentally what I think I wanted to do and what led me to creating a platform, then a YouTube channel, then, all the education content is because I love seeing I love talking to programmers. I love talking to developers because the level at which I'm able to relate to them, how they are thinking, how they are problem solving, it's just interesting and it transcends programming in general. So this was the vision statement of Codedamn in general, that how do we help more developers? How do we help more people become better developers? And we figured out that as a business, we have something more to offer, right? We don't have to be limited just to Codedamn. In the past, we have talked to many instructors and a lot of them liked the coding labs technology, right? So the coding labs technology, if you can see on your screen, it's basically a way where you as a user, as an end user, can practice while you're learning, which fundamentally changes how you learn programming, right? Traditionally, you would learn with books, videos, articles, maybe documentation and so on, which is a passive form of learning. So you learn and then you separately go and implement. Real learning happens in the field where you are actually writing code and you are, facing errors, you are fixing problems, fixing bugs, which was also fundamentally why we built Codedamn as a IDE centric platform, as something where IDE and the programming portal, like where you practice, is the central part and everything else is around that. So we figured out that everyone wants that. A lot of people have been asking for us, how can I do this on my own? And we usually just end up inviting them on Codedamn as instructors. But what we figured out is that many of these people want something more. They want a complete platform, right? So they want a platform which they own. They want their own Codedamn. They want their own technology, right? They want their own branding. They want maybe a few more things like live classes. They want to run live cohorts. They want to charge anything they want, right? So it could be ₹100 or a $5 course also. It could be a 10,000 rupee or a $200 course also. So they want that freedom alongside the powerhouse of tooling that Codedamn already has for instructors. So what we figured out is that alongside Codedamn, we want to start another product, which is known as Fermion. Now, Fermion, by the way, the name is obviously inspired from fermion from physics, the subatomic concept of fermions. Fermion is a platform which helps you achieve exactly that. It's a platform which is a complete solution for technical content creators. If you're somebody who's trying to teach world anything, it could be a very small audience also of 10 people. It could be a very large audience of 1 million followers also. Fermion is built to handle the scale, complexity, and the ease at the same time. So how this works is I want you to think of Fermion as a platform that is basically Codedamn. So you have everything that is in Codedamn, whether it's courses, learning paths, any concepts you want to cover through coding labs, coding assessments, interview kits where you have that IDE logged in for 60 minutes of time and so on, but a little bit more. For example, Fermion also have inbuilt live class infrastructure. So instructors, a lot of them, they run live courses. So they will teach you something live one-on-one. I have never done a live course myself, but if I were to do something like this, this is the platform I would choose. And I'll show you around what the work we have done. But yeah, this is a feature-packed powerhouse platform for people like me, people like, if you take a look at Brad, for example, a lot of courses for Brad are on Udemy and his own platform. I think he uses Kajabi. So this is the platform which we are building for creators like Brad. I'll definitely reach out to him in some time, and the creators of future, because as the technologies evolve, as AI is now around here, new frameworks, new things would be there, new practices of learning would be there, but the fundamental things remains the same, that you need an instructor, you need somebody to guide you faster. So they need a Cohort course or a recorded course, and then you need to practice before you actually get good, right? So the coding labs concept comes in. So let me show you how this all works, right? So what you will have, let's say if you are an instructor and if you sign up for Fermion, what we did in the first 15 days, by the way, we decided to start this back in late April. So I think around 3rd or 4th of May, we started the work. And we pushed the first version of the product by 15th of May, with which one of the creators who, just launched his bootcamp for blockchain, he earned like a decent amount of money and, has like hundreds of students already enrolled in his cohort. So I'm going to show you that also. I'm going to show you a dummy site also. So let's get into it. So how this works is, for example, we just set up a dummy subdomain, acme.fermion.app. It's protected with Cloudflare access. So let me just quickly log in. You will not be able to access acme.fermion, but I'll give you some of the few domains. So how this works is right now on Fermion, and because this is a dummy account, so it looks a little bit jumbled and all. So it's still, like you can see, it's still a very much work in progress in terms of the new features and things we are rolling out. But every single thing which is available right now is pretty rock solid. It's pretty bulletproof, right? So you will not face weird crashes or, bad quality software, because fundamentally the way we were able to ship this in 15 days from Codedamn to Fermion was that we brought in 2.5-3 years of good learnings from Codedamn. All the mistakes we did in the past, we made sure that we did not repeat single one of them while building Fermion. So how this works on Fermion is that you have the ability to create multiple things. Let's just quickly walk on them one by one. The first one is a recorded course. Simple enough. You just create a course where you can add videos, basically the recorded stuff, like you would sell it on Udemy. The second one is a cohort-based course. The only difference between a recorded course and a cohort-based course is that a cohort-based course has a well-defined start and end date, and a cohort-based course can include live classes, right? So if you want to go live, just like you would go on YouTube live, right? So let me just show you, for example, this is Content Shark. Maybe one of the people we were sending a demo. So you can see this is how a cohort gets set up. Over here, you would see in a cohort-based course, you will have a section of cohort dates. So this dates is basically what defines a cohort, right? So it starts at 27th August. It ends in, a month or so. So your students have a specific, think of it as a batch, right? So you have a batch of students who are running from month to month. And if you're somebody who's doing this as a primary thing, this is a great way, right? You can just roll out one batch every month, enroll students for a higher ticket price, like 500, 600, 1000 USD or whatever price you want, and make a good, decent living out of it. Then what else do we have? Well, if you take a look at live sessions, you can see that you can create your own live sessions over here. So let me just go ahead and create a live session over here. Let me just, save this, go back and publish this class. So what we did with Fermion is that we reconstructed YouTube Live, right? And there's a very strong reason for that. And that is because in educational point of view, especially the broader use case, is that you will be broadcasting to many students, right? And many students, not everyone would turn on their mic or videos and all at the same time. So you want to be a one-to-many solution, which is a solid solution first. But of course, at the same time, you have toolings like polls, you have emojis, messages, maybe we'll also add super chats at some point if somebody requests. But this is something, if you have used YouTube Live before, you will see that this is the exact clone of that. And this is by nature so that it's easier for you as an instructor to use, as well as it's easier for the users to understand who are on the other side of this, right? This has a very great advantage that it runs under your own branding. So you see that this domain here, acme.fermion.app, this doesn't has to be acme.fermion.app. It can be anything. It can be your domain. It could be codedamn.com. It might as well be. So Codedamn technically could be a school on Fermion, right? So this is a superset of Codedamn, where Codedamn can be one of the schools on Fermion, right? So this is how live works. And of course, like, a lot of people, requested this, that how do we conduct live? Because if you look at Zoom and if you look at pricing of Zoom, the pricing, I mean, it could make sense for many people who are doing at scale. But when you're starting off as a creator with a small audience, or, you don't have a lot of paying customers, it can get a little pricey. That is why this Fermion live infrastructure is built right within the platform. It's live, it's fully battle tested up to like tens of thousands of students concurrent watching. It's built by some of the best learnings we had over the last few years, so you can rely on this infrastructure. And of course, like, it's powered by a lot of giants in the space like Cloudflare and all. So the next thing you have is course bundles. So you can create bundles of such courses. Within courses, I just forgot to mention that of course you have the ability to have coding labs. So let me see if I can just quickly show you example of any one of these coding labs. So you can see word count. I click on this lab, it opens directly inside the browser, pretty much like how Codedamn works. So there is no difference here as such, except for the fact that you can again bring your own branding. You have the playground, which is as performant as Codedamn, boots up within a few seconds, exactly the same experience like VS Code, with the added ability that you have challenges, and a terminal and an open-ended environment to practice anything you want. And the best part is that this is fully integrated within your platform, right? So it's not an external platform, it's actually built for you, running under your own branding, supports basically any good language you can think of right off the bat. Rust, Go, JavaScript, TypeScript, C++, anything works over here, right? So this is how you organize your syllabus. So once you have, like, if you're running a cohort, you can have like these multi-weeks syllabus, which would, just help you and help the users understand what's going on. Then of course, once you have done that, you have created, let's say, a bunch of courses, you have created a bunch of coding labs, these assessments, recorded courses, cohort-based courses, you can create a course bundle then. What a course bundle is, basically very simple to understand. Let's say if you are running a sale on something that you are, launching new 5 courses. So either people can buy every course for $10 each, or they can buy 5 courses for $40, right? A better saving for them, a better deal for you. So that's something which is supported. Then you have an all platform access. Think of it as a pro subscription, sort of like you have on Codedamn, where you get access to the full platform for a specific price for a certain duration, right? So you can create an all course access bundle, which has a validity of, let's say, 1 year, 2 years or something, and which is like a relatively higher price point. Then what you also have is the ability to conduct one-on-one calls. So let's say if you're trying to monetize your time, right, which is fairly simple, thing in this world of service-based business. You can create a link where somebody can just directly set up a call with you for 30 minutes, for an hour or something, and you can charge like $100 or whatever it is based on your expertise and things. Your schedule is automatically managed, or you can create a new schedule as well if you want. You can of course like create a new schedule, you can attach it to your existing calendar, and then you can publish your event over here. So if you go to this link, for example, you can technically schedule a call with me if you are able to bypass the Cloudflare access. So you can see it includes some of my free slots for the day, and of course I have just enabled 9 to 5. You can link your Google Calendar. You can do things like minimum booking notice. They should be booking ahead of time, at least 1 hour or so. Then you can of course link it with your Google Calendar as well. That's also supported, and it will just time diff. It will create an invite on your calendar. It will add Google Meeting, basically a cal.com thing, but within your own branding, on your own domain, and it would have the ability to customize how these bookings happen. So one way is that an open-ended booking, right? So you can just share a link. Second way is that you can include these booking events within the courses and restrict these booking to people who are only buying your course, right? Third is that you might as well just package it into something like a bundle. Just like we have course bundles, you would be able to package your booking links. So you can have one course and one call with me, for the next 3 months or so, and you get access for it in certain time. So basically what we are trying to do here is make tooling that makes it easier for a technical instructor, to not only monetize their knowledge, but also enable the end user to learn better from them. I hope that makes sense. Because the more tooling you have as an instructor, the more teaching you can do as an instructor. And of course, you can set the rate of these calls to be $0 free of cost. That's completely fine. That exists, right? People do that. So that is also supported. Another thing which we did great was, I think no other player has been doing this, is that we use WordPress. Congratulations. This is something I think nobody has figured out. I don't know why people don't do this, but what we support on Fermion is the ability to use WordPress for creating custom pages. This idea came into my mind in general, and how we figured out that this is something we should do is because a lot of people we were talking to who were interested in using Fermion were using WordPress as a solution. So they would install like a couple of plugins on WordPress, just create pages, use Rank Math, SEO, Yoast, all these plugins, create a nice website, use Elementor for themes and designing, and they'll have a nice site. And we figured out that, okay, we can copy paste their existing designs and all with the raw HTML, but that would be a nightmare. So what is a better way? We figured out that why not do both? We would support WordPress as a static site builder, as a page builder. At the same time, we will also support the ability to upload source code. So you can just upload a zip file of static assets or an index.html file, and it will just work fine, right? Just want to show you a few use cases of this. One of the use case, of course, is that if you are a person who's running not just your own thing, but you have let's say you have a small team. One of the members in the team is responsible for marketing and design. So you can now use WordPress to, just use Elementor and do it in a no-code fashion. You design all the landing pages for your events, you run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, whatever. You create those funnels, you get the users in, and then the instructor who is technical, they can start teaching, right? So you don't have to be the developer. We are helping you with all the tooling which is available in the market to create a better experience for your students and for your own team. Then of course we also support webhooks and all. So just like you would have something like on Stripe or PayPal or these payment gateways, that something happens, so you receive a confirmation. So you can automate a lot of things if you want to send a WhatsApp message, or if you want to send a text message or a new offer or something like that. So all of that is available. So this is currently the state of the platform. A lot of tooling is still getting built. It's getting available. We are working on a few very interesting community solutions. So community means, how people will interact with each other. We have a few more updates coming up, but I'm not saying that this is something which we pulled off in 15 days, of course, not at all. But the core features, the courses, the custom pages, the normal settings and everything, the whole flow of having a subdomain, a domain, for example, if you look at one of the first people who used Fermion for launching his own course, he launched a blockchain-based course. So supporting multiple currencies, supporting checkout, supporting coding labs for Solidity and all. All of that was the day one support which we brought on Fermion through Codedamn. So that's what we have been up to, and there are a lot of product, tech, business learnings in this whole journey of very small 3-4 months itself. And I will be happy to share more with you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the platform? What do you think about the journey? What do you think about Codedamn, Fermion in general? If you have any feedbacks, if you are a creator yourself, let me know in the comments if there is something that interests you. Hopefully we can also take that forward. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience over all these few months I have been inactive on this channel. I hope to be back soon and create more content. I'll see you soon in the next video.